The system that can save life. Several companies already decided to adopt our solution. Let yourself be persuaded that the fire barrier and smoke gas reduction with our fine spray extinguisher will be the decisive technology of the future. Fire tests. In the testing stand of DMT, a pallet's high-rise storage rack with stored sprayers according to VBF 1-butane propane was erected under real conditions. In the first case, we see the effect without automatic extinguishing process. The unit was started manually after having heard and observed that the sprayer's tier opened. The fire extinguished in seconds. The fire model was a 5-liter heptane in a half-square meter curvette. In spite of explosion, our system could extinguish the fire in seconds after activating the fog. In the second case, we initiate our automatic signaling fire detector to start the water atomization unit. They react on a growth of temperature and smoke. Just before the critical moment of explosion, the fire is extinguished. Technical statements. The especially developed fog swirl nozzle stands in the center point of our fine spray extinguishing technology. It produces a fog with a droplet size of less than 1/10 of a millimeter. The fog is brought cubically in the area till 6 meters by this so-called fog swirl nozzle. Due to a special swirling technology, even places difficult to reach by conventional extinguishing systems can easily be reached by fog. By the way, our fire signalers react very early on fire, but through intelligent technology, they can especially well make a difference between a real fire and other smoke sources. Our system is effective at least 20 seconds after fire detection. At least after 30 seconds, extinguishing sections of work with the necessary extinguishing agent intensity. Of course, initiation of extinguishing can also be done manually. Through use of galvanized tubes and small place-saving water tanks, we have a compact system requiring little maintenance. A control unit for the water stand always cares for best filling of unit. Moreover, by our system, water is not in the tubes, so rust formation is completely prevented. With the help of these properties, we are able to recognize growing fire within the shortest time and take measures like smoke gas fog, firefighting, alarm to evacuate, and alarming rescue service. Through this fine fog, use of water is largely reduced compared to other systems. It is friendly not only to the environment, but it also minimizes secondary damage caused by extinguishing agents. Protect your sensitive equipment, products, documents, and of course, yourself. Numerous tests and research have confirmed it again and again. You can save money not only for installation or updating, but best protection of persons is also guaranteed. High-rise storage rack. Due to several storage floors, one depends especially on an intelligent system to firefight in case of high-rise storage rack. Using conventional extinguishing technology, one has to have nozzles in every storage level because otherwise the water should just flow at the sides. It only functions by a rigid order of stands. Disarranging is impossible through installed tubes. That is not the case by fine spray extinguishing technology. Here, less nozzles are enough to protect safely and effectively from damage. Fog has the positive property to spread everywhere in the space, also between stand levels. If fire is growing in a level, it is stopped within a short time. Neighboring storage withstand this fire without any damage. Fire protection gates, walls, and number of nozzles. By planning a big storehouse, you are also in the position to do fully without constructing fire protection gates or intermediate walls by using a fine spray extinguisher. A lineup of connected order of nozzles in this case has the effect of a firewall. Grown fire can effectively be stopped and smoke cannot spread to other areas. Think how better you can use your surfaces this way. To equip a complete hall, fewer nozzles are necessary, as in the case of conventional extinguishing systems, since fog swirl nozzle covers a wider area than all other systems. Through precisely commanded signaling system, only zones are fogged where fire and smoke is detected. Building with galleries. Construction directives say that buildings with open floors, for example like galleries, are to be protected technically against fire. As architect, there is less possibilities. There is the possibility to construct a fire protection with glass later on. Of course, this mode enormously disturbs the open character of the building. Moreover, such special glass is very expensive in case of this quite big surface. In case of new buildings, planning of such galleries is extremely limited. In case of doubt, it is made impossible to do it. Already, after 60 seconds after the fire breaks out, rescue possibilities are made remarkably difficult. Existing smoke exhausting also only reacts on a growth of temperature. In case of manual initiating of smoke exhausting, grown fire smoke can be exhausted from rescuing paths only with difficulty, as no fresh air is able to flow in. As technically reasonable alternative, Turbotrop has developed a fine spray extinguisher. By this technology, fire heat is quite reduced and smoke is tightened and safely washed out by the fine structure of droplets. Command is done by an automatic fire signaling device, dimensionless smoke. It recognizes smallest smoke particles of a damaged fire. It releases an acoustical evacuation alarm and the extinguisher. At the same time, the fire brigade is alarmed. Fumigating the rescue paths is surely prevented. Saving oneself and rescue from outside is made possible. In case of updating existing unit, only a fraction of costs, like in case of fire protection, glass construction, or similar constructional changes will rise. With this extremely good price-performance relationship, our units are a precious contribution to cost abatement. We will not save on security, but only on costs. Not least, this solution does not only let more free margin in the matter of building construction, and so the freedom for more individual solutions. Small office rooms. You can also plan our unit for firefighting in small office rooms. A single special nozzle is enough to protect an office up to 50 square meters. Through turbulating swirl technology, created fog reaches even fire in a hidden corner of the room or underneath the desk and is able to react there quickly. Just through this special swirling, we surely reach a fire near the floor. The fog is pressed downwards in the room. Technical statements. Through diminution of individual droplets to 1/10 of a millimeter, we completely reach a very big water surface, so an enormous cooling reaction grows. The fog can quickly diminish the temperature of the fire, and a new initiation of other zones occurs slower. This creates freedom to move and time for necessary rescuing measures. Through converting of water droplets, the volume is extended to 1,700 times. Now two things happen at the same time. A sudden evaporation of fine water droplets nearby the blaze leads to a stemming effect. The fog deoxygenates the fire. In the mix zone of the blaze, it comes to an effect similar to a catalysator. The relationship of the reaction's partner is disturbed by a quick diminution of oxygen in the blaze zone and its next surrounding, so the fire just extinguishes. Moreover, fine water droplets are widely connected with growing smoke particles and filtered then effectively out of the danger zone. Escape and necessary rescue measures are not disturbed. The fog is completely harmless for persons. Underground traffic lanes. In case of a fire in a narrow tunnel tube, it is a matter of seconds. By this example, it is a case of an accident scenario in a vehicular tunnel without enough protecting measures. An accident happens in a tunnel with 2 traffic lanes in a channel where a fire rises. While the traffic is congesting, the fire is developing wild under violent development of smoke. Within the shortest time, the fire is developing further. Thick piercing smoke covers the place of an accident, while passengers and cars around the source of fire try to run away. In competition with fire spreading, and above all, the smoke in the narrow tunnel, the persons around do not have any chance. They will be trapped by the highly toxic smoke gas within seconds. In case of fire, the tunnel is fumigated this way, depending on the flow velocity of the smoke gas within 60 to 120 seconds. Therefore, emergency and runaway paths are unpassable. Also, with respiratory equipment, the fire brigade can only penetrate in the entrance of the tunnel. Thick smoke and high heat development block the way to the source of the fire. Most sources of fire cannot be extinguished by the fire extinguishing system alone because an insufficient quantity of water is available. In European tunnel systems, only a maximum water quantity of 1,200 liters per minute is available, and hydrants are situated only every 100 meters. As a reasonable alternative to usual extinguishing systems, our fine spray extinguisher has successfully tested as smoke gas and fire barrier. Extinguishing water is not sprayed as jets, but in droplets out of the nozzle and build a water wall impermeable to smoke every 50 meters. This fog wall cools up the surrounding and prevents further spreading of fire and cleans up the smoke out of the air in the front of and behind the source of fire. This way, the development of smoke gas is enormously reduced. A fine spray extinguishing unit offers the most possible safety for life and material at the moment. The view is still widely kept and persons can run away out of the danger zone with their own force. The fire brigade reaches the place of the accident and can extinguish the fire, controlled by the fine spray extinguisher. At the same time, any injured person which is still in the danger zone can be rescued.
Turbo Drop GmbH. Fire protection with water atomization. The system that can save lives. Less water damage, less financial investment, less smoke development, greater cooling effect, no thermal shock, architectural design freedom. Fires in public buildings, business establishments, and private residences can cause major financial loss, and in the worst instances, they may even cause serious injury. It's for these reasons that effective fire protection is of tremendous importance. Our fine spray extinctors guarantee highest safety, and at the same time, they become creative free areas. We conceived and developed this procedure from decades of experience with fire protection systems, and a system which unifies all important advantages is created. Our fine spray extinctor uses a specially developed swirl nozzle, which produces a spray of water that is conveyed as far as 6 cubic meters into the area with swirling, extremely fine droplets of water, thus preventing the fire from burning and fresh fire from breaking out. The nozzles and the accompanying holders are always installed on the basis of an individually designed fire protection concept. Consequently, with every turbotrop system, the customer not only gains the advantages of outstanding technology, he also has the added benefit of more than 20 years fire protection experience. The extremely fine droplets enable extensive combination of the extinguishing water with the particles of smoke emitted by the fire. This not only prevents the harmful effects of smoke poisoning, it enables firefighting and rescue work to be continued unimpeded by the development of smoke gas. Any fire protection system is ultimately only as good as the design concept on which it was planned. The system comprises automatic fire alarms over the entire area to be protected in order to ensure optimum functionality. The extinguishing section is triggered by a smoke-operated automatic and manual fire alarm. The multi-range fire alarm cuts in after 2 alarms. The extinguishing operation commencing with the second alarm is triggered. The extinguishing section is operated after no more than 20 seconds, first detection. The extinguishing section operates at the requisite intensity no more than 30 seconds from detection of the fire. The simultaneous effect of water atomization from all nozzles in the section is ensured within 10 seconds. The specially developed extinguishing nozzle, with which water droplets less than 0.1 millimeter in size are produced, has a central role in this system. The spray generated in this way has an extremely effective cooling action and will even reach burning items in places that are not easily accessible. The high efficiency of the systems also means that structural measures which restrict creativity in designing buildings can be dispensed with. And greater freedom means far more original solutions. With an extremely good price-performance ratio, our systems offer a valuable contribution to curbing costs. Safety is not reduced, only the cost. Turbotrop GmbH. Fire protection with water atomization. The system that can save lives.